Let's see if this works. Ah, it works. Signal is sending. We live. It's Hotep Jesus. We back. I keep wanting to say uncomfortable conversation. I keep wanting to say sharp conversation. This is different. This is like new. This is only like episode 2. Last week in episode 1, Chad hit Jay over the head with a chair. It's like I wish we could have everybody in one building. You know what I mean? Like making the bed. But last week was a great episode. It got emotional at times. You know, Rita was expressing her passion about working on this project and her story. We got a lot of introductions in to get to understand the minds behind this project. And here we are for episode 2 of the Jianchor project, how to start a successful blog. So let's recap. Who Rita, you team captain again this week? Awesome. Love it. Thank you.
Okay. We know what's coming. I was just willing to step aside this week.
No.
Trying to dodge.
Yeah, right?
I would like to nominate another member of the Jianchor team. One who will be kind to me. That would be Jonesy. Jonesy's always so nice, and Aunt probably doesn't want to talk to me. And Chad, of course, is always mean to me. So
Not mean. I'm just fucking with y'all, man. I'm just messing with y'all. It's not.
Yes. Go ahead, Jonesy.
Go ahead, Jonesy.
Well, we were trying to set up, the actual blog on WordPress.com, and it was a colossal failure because we were supposed to be on WordPress.org.
Stop right there. Exactly. For people that don't know the difference between .com and .org of WordPress, is a whole entire world of possibilities and capabilities. Jianchor.org, it's all you. You own that space. You find the host, you go on the domain. .com is like, that's for noobs. That's for noobs. And you're going to get raped. You're going to get raped for being a noob too. Your pockets are going to get raped on WordPress.com. I'm not going to let you do a whole lot. But WordPress.org, you can get busy. You can get busy on .org. But unfortunately, the team this week signed up on .com accidentally. And here's the problem. I'm going to tell you what the problem is. Motherfuckers just ain't technical. Right? Like, and that goes for a lot of people. And for over the years, I've had to sort of grow patience for that mentality because not everybody grew up a computer geek. I grew up a little computer geek. So I'm looking at stuff like, yo, how come they don't know this? And I'm like, this shit kind of technical. Like, I did this like for my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So I can see why y'all pulled a boomer last week with the technical aspects. The great part about the technical and boomer weaknesses is they're usually front loaded. It's the setup of the website and so forth. So once you get everything up and going, we can move to play towards some of your natural strengths. And that's where we want to get to. Like anytime you build a business, you want to build the business around your strengths and outsource your weaknesses. And I spent a good deal of time today researching some potential strategies and tactics to make this thing grow. And I must say, I'm rather proud of myself because I already know where you guys are going to be with this. This is going to be, oh my God, the project is, but I can't tell you now because that would spoil the show. It would spoil it for you. But I know exactly where this project is going. And there's some other things that happened this weekend. So at 9:00 p.m. on a Saturday night, a holiday weekend, I had to play tech support for the Jianchor team thanks to Anthony Bailey. Hit me up, yo, bro, can you help me out connecting this domain to my host? So Hotep Jesus had to fly in and fucking play tech support. All right, fine. I give you one freebie. Then I got a text message. Where's my phone? Oh, I'm using it over here to talk to y'all. I get a text message from Ant last night with a screenshot of some more technical background, back-end website shit. Can anybody guess what I did when I received that text message last night?
You blocked him?
That's what I should have did. I said, yo, I know he didn't hit me again. Now, the problem that you had last night, I don't know what it is, but I'd like to start the show off working through that problem. So, Ant, what did you text me about last night?
So on Saturday, my apologies. Probably should not have reached out to you, but I was working on it, and I'm like, let me send him a quick text, and maybe he'll be able to troubleshoot it. Because when we were going through on the Mogul Summit Saturday afternoon, when you were showing me everything, I'm like, all right, cool, I'll be able to figure this out. Like, no problem. And once I got to that point later in the evening, I'm like, I pretty much don't know what I'm doing. I thought I could figure it out, and I couldn't. So I'm like, all right, let me shoot him a quick text. You were like, all right, do this. I'm like, all right, cool. I try to do the next step, and I'm like, damn, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll just ask him if he could just help me out, zoom me real quick. That way I can leave him alone. I shouldn't have asked you to zoom me. So once again, my apologies. Send it to you.
All right.
However, thank you for helping me out. So then when I connected it, I'm like, all right, cool. Everything's all good. It was active. And then I went to, start editing the website. And basically what happened was, I guess when I put in the code, it wasn't connecting to the IP address. So I'm looking at my computer today for like 4 hours watching YouTube videos, trying to basically dissect everything. And then finally, I'm just like, let me just call, the hosting platform. So I called them, and we were able to figure it out. So now the website's up.
They did it! They did it without me.
Okay, so can I just interject something here?
Hold on real fast. Hold on real fast before you go.
Okay.
That's exactly what he should have did before he called me on Saturday, holiday weekend at 9 p.m. when I was relaxing with my fam, chilling. You're supposed to call. That's why you pay them motherfuckers, so you can use their tech support, right? That come with your money. So when you hit me the next day, I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here and wait for him to figure out that he can just call tech support.
I figured it out,
right? And how long it take you? 4 hours? Now, the reason why we have to do it that way is because that's how I learned.
Mm-hmm.
You tinker around on YouTube, and then you're like, wait, hold on. Like, look, can I just call? They got a number right here, 866, da-da-da-da. So I called the number. It's like, yo, this how you do it. Da-da-da. Oh, okay, thank you.
Right.
That's what you have to do when it's just you. And there's no, internal tech support. There's no Hotep Jesus there. Remove me from your ideas completely. I'm not here. I don't exist in the project. I exist in the project as strategy. Hotep Jesus doesn't work. That's my philosophy. Do not work. So when people give me work, I'm like, yo, I just feel like I need to charge you. Like, you stealing my time. But Ant's young. And this is like an accelerated version. I'm giving you an accelerated version of startup life right now. Because some of these dudes that run these companies are some bastards and ruthless. You see what I'm saying? But this is good. This is good startup culture familiarization that's happening. Rita, what was you going to say?
So just to take the pressure off of Ant, this started because I'm the one that ordered all of the stuff. So, and this is really
the
what's sad about it.
.com debacle.
Okay, yes, that would be me. So, of course, if anyone was part of the Mogul Summit, probably 3 or 4 times every single weekend, we hear .org. And for whatever reason, when I signed us up, I just signed up with .com. And that's where the whole thing's unraveled, because we had to go in 5 different directions to get the site up to org and .dot, and there's all these different things. So big lesson here. I'm the least qualified of all of us to do this. And so my thought was
the technical stuff.
Right. Well, the technical stuff, but and Brian's being way too kind because we got yelled at pretty good. But the we should be me because Ant's new to a lot of this as well. And Ant is
Ant's
kind of
completely
the guy
new.
Right.
We turned Ant into a tech guy in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know, because just by default, because he's the youngest.
Right, because we
He
had
already has a site.
Right. And if you guys want to laugh, is the Ant called and says, I can't get into support because you set up the account. So he goes, just talk him through it. So I had to tell this guy, this avenue to this avenue to that. And I said, listen, can I give you permission for Ant to talk to you? He's like, oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
As long as you have the codes and everything. But yes,
Ant became, in the 90s, we used to call that the webmaster. So Ant became de facto webmaster.
By default, right? So it's all on me. And it's a great example of having the wrong person set it up without right.
And peep game. Let me tell you something. You just did a $500 semester community college course in website building in the past few weeks. You're gonna be happy you know this shit. One day, it could be a year from now, 60 days from now, you're gonna be like, wait, hold on, let me set up the .com. Like knowing how to launch a website in an hour, like I got it down to an hour now, right? I can get it up and out in an hour, especially if I like wipe, what do you call it? Wireframe it on a piece of on a piece of paper. Mm-hmm. If I wireframe it on a piece of paper, have it up in an hour. The .com, the DNS settings connecting to the host, and then there was a one button install for WordPress, right?
Yeah.
And then you set up the admin.
Yeah.
Up and out of here. Yo, that service alone, you can train somebody on and sell. That's a $500 service right there. And you now own that skill. Right. My bad, Rita. Continue.
No, but wasn't it made more difficult by the .org.com?
Yes, that is a very confusing thing. I'm telling you this from experience as someone who accidentally did .com versus .org before. And that's why every time I'm in there, and Ant did it, right? Ant even did it. This is like one of the biggest mistakes that people make when launching their blog is they go to .com instead of .org. Those two things get confusing because you would think that the better one would be the .com and the .org would be, the one with them, but it's actually the opposite, which makes that whole thing confusing, and that's why I say it every weekend at the Mogul Summit, .org, to the point where it's almost annoying, right?
Right.
Well, it only took, I still didn't learn it, but I know it now. And as I said many times, I don't think I'll ever forget it with you guys because no, it's just colossal but it's just a testament to Ant and his patience. And then of course, thank you for taking the tech call this weekend because every single step that has kind of fallen apart has been because of me. And so that's, we're all learning, but Ant's taking the brunt of it, but he's solved it. So we have a website.
Those are the speed bumps. And this is what I tell people, I always say like it takes a week to launch a business, right? Mm-hmm. And obviously that's not entirely true, right? Like there's some holes in that argument, but I mean, like to get the .com up and flowing and landing page out, like I said, I can probably get it done in an hour. If we're talking about full of copy, definitely a week, right? From idea to launch. Mm-hmm. And knowing how to do that is just so super fucking valuable because sometimes, especially when you're in a pandemic and whatchamacallit, hand sanitizer is, and you got some laying around, it's like you can set up that store and be up and running and cash flowing. This is the way of the future. But yeah, super important lesson.
So that was the KPI for this week is getting it up and going.
Is it up? I think it's up.
It's up. Mm-hmm.
It is.
I think it's up. I looked at it before and it looks up. I'm gonna go there now. So like fucking amazing. Like let's clap that up, yo. Fucking
absolutely.
made our first fucking
Shout out to Ant and Rita.
Props to Ant. Props big and Brian. Thank you.
Yeah. Definitely grateful for the help, Brian. Probably overstepped my reach a little bit. So I apologize once again, but definitely thank you for the help.
Yeah. We'll tighten some of this stuff up at the Mogul Summit on Saturday, but so let's walk into like some step 2s here, and then some new KPIs for the next week. Is there a dedicated landing page for the giveaway?
Yes, Rafflecopter.
The Rafflecopter is up, but does it have its own dedicated landing page on the Jianchor domain?
No, it doesn't. We were trying to get a plugin for that to put it on the page so that, they can go right to it from our website.
Is that Elementor?
Yeah, so I basically just made a widget on the front page.
I got you. So Elementor, is Elementor in yet?
Yes.
All right. So yeah, why didn't you just launch it as a page?
I was working on the other stuff earlier today.
Oh, okay. I got you. It's just time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
dope.
I planned on doing some stuff tomorrow as far as making another page. I was having an issue with Elementor, so essentially that first blog post.
The template. It's the template. The default template you chose. You have to pick the right default template.
Okay.
Because that's always the problem. So that's the problem you had when you first installed Elementor for, what was it, financiallight.co, right?
Right.
Yeah. Go look at the default template you used. I'm sorry, not template, theme.
Yeah, the theme.
The theme. Go look at the one that you have installed and then use that theme for Elementor so everything can go custom. Because when you use other types of themes, the capabilities break.
Yeah, because essentially all the text was able to post, but whenever I try to include pictures in the article, and it would say like error 503.
Yeah.
But when I remove the picture, it was fine. So maybe that's
the current theme you have isn't conducive with what you want to do with Elementor. So swap the theme out. Go look at the theme you're using. Let's get that new theme in there. And then for next week, I think the key performance indicator is if we can get the landing page up with copy, maybe Chad and Rita and Jay can help out with outlining some of those fears and pain points, right? In the copy, like laying out exactly, what people may be concerned with as far as the legitimacy of the contest, right? The legitimacy of the contest is definitely going to come down to copy and answering some of these fears. US only. How is this thing going to be delivered? All these different questions, is it going to be digital? You're going to send it via email? You're going to mail it to my house? How much is it? USD? When does it end? All the different details surrounding the giveaway so that all those questions are answered. And then Ann can just throw the copy into the landing page. The good thing is that's another like setup thing. Right? Like you set it up one time and then in the future you just swap out the Rafflecopter widget and change the dates and the landing page is deployed for any further giveaways. And you should be rocking and rolling.
Okay.
Shout out to Richard Gomez in the chat. I don't know. Our blog post is .net. He said my blog is .net. No. We're talking about the difference between WordPress.com versus .org. WordPress.com has its own hosting and services. .org, you have to have your own host, but you use WordPress as a CMS, content management system. And basically, you're just installing WordPress on your host as the software. To which will be the backbone of your website. What else y'all got on the agenda? Oh, I know you were putting blogs on the website. Just hide that stuff from the front page.
Okay.
Because we want to save it for.
So we want the front page specifically just to be for the Rafflecopter right now?
Word.
Yeah.
When they go to Jianchor.com, it should take them right to the giveaway.
Okay.
Yeah, because we don't want to get the content out yet before we even launch the site.
Word.
Okay.
So don't even. And remember, I told you everybody should be loading in their own content into WordPress.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow, where I give everybody our own
username.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody have their own login. That'll be dope.
So you could take it right from Google Forms and put it into WordPress.
Yep.
Yeah, that way we could all just, once you're done typing in your excerpt, you could just log in and put it in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody,
so Brian,
William Sykes said, after I made my website, I learned I should have used WordPress instead of GoDaddy. Yo, we just moved somebody in the Mogul Summit Saturday. I just moved somebody from GoDaddy to WordPress. What were you going to say, Rita?
So I was just going to add, behind the scenes, I've been working on kind of the business structure of it, of Jianchor.
Yeah.
And setting up, I just wrote a really short business plan. Just so we just start to document what we're doing and the steps. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, right now, as we're going to, since the clock is already ticking, we're going to start needing to do these campaigns, these, the social media campaigns. And then I'm building a calendar on Google Docs for us. So in terms of when our submissions needed to be done, and then because once we start getting subscribers, we're going to, especially when we start with the interactive, there's a lot of organization and efficiency that needs to be done. So I've been working on that kind of behind the scenes, because one thing's going to be putting out content, but once we start building and we have our subscribers and people reading, we need to have a plan and calendar. So we have just flawless service and keep our people happy.
Word. Hell yeah. What about the VIP experience?
You mean
we're building that up from the ground up right now.
Yeah.
Because we got to see, how much traffic the site has and how we're going to pull that off. I mean,
the mindset behind the ideation for that is what's cool. And when I say that is it's, what are the perks for joining? Right. And I think a great place to scrape ideas, swipe would be Concierge. Concierge does a great job with memberships. They get people to commit $100,000 a year for their concierge services. Right. So thinking about how TikTok, for example, how they treat their influencers. And putting them up in mansions. Obviously, I'm not going to be putting people in mansions, but think about how you can create an exclusive experience for these investors, I would say.
As of right now, only thing we can offer is a half-eaten sandwich. But we're working on it. We're working on it.
We're talking about, the one thing that we're talking about is creating content. Creating content for us, but then like you said, is that we just need to get.
I've already solved the content problem.
Okay.
I haven't told you guys that, but I've solved that problem.
Okay.
I just can't tell you guys yet how.
What is this, like the 60s Batman cartoon or something like that?
No, he's getting payback for the Saturday holiday call. He's gonna say,
"Will Hotep Jesus tell them about how they're going to get their content on?" Find out next.
I don't know. In episode 6, Rita is shocked beyond belief. She had no idea.
Yeah, you got to build that suspense. They got to come see us. I'm going to do it like Dragon Ball Z, you know what I'm saying? Goku, he going to be throwing a Hadouken for 10 episodes straight.
That's right. Over next, how to make a blog.
Because I think the next step is going to be start building our email addresses, right?
Well, that's what the giveaway is going to help with. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. And getting that going out and We'll talk about the automation funnel, because you'll use the email to get people pumped and pushing to get involved in the contest, so on and so forth.
Right.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I didn't run this by everybody. I was thinking about doing a little guerrilla marketing campaign as well.
Okay.
Like printing up T-shirts and, not like,
yeah,
just bull crap, like bumper stickers. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Shooting videos and things of that nature as well. Because, there's more than one way to skin a cat, I feel like. So.
Yeah. That's what I want to spend more time doing. Exactly. Let's spend more time creating the prestige of the brand.
Right.
Because that's what this is all about, is being a prestigious inner circle of minds that find success in the three major pillars of life. Mental health, financial wealth, and physical health. That's I mean, they all breed success. Look at Jeff Bezos. He was in terrible shape. You look at him now and the guy's in great shape. There's no coincidence behind why a lot of these millionaires are in shape. And I'm not talking about Warren Buffett and these guys that got money from the 1200s and whatnot.
Yeah, I know, right?
A lot of these new rich guys are rich because they stay in shape, and this is some of the stuff you guys will be talking about with the financial, whatever. But the way we curate this experience is going to be different from all the other self-help blogs, because people get to watch the growth, and with the program, they join the journey. Like, imagine you join this journey to success, and it's being roadmapped. It's being documented. You're being a part of this program. Whatever your success route is, you're going to document that here, part of this Jianchor project.
That's excellent. What do you guys think the benchmark should be going forward this week? Because we got our content rolling, we're set up.
Yeah.
We got the website going. We got the Ant's working on a plugin for Elementor, so we can, not Elementor, but Rafflecopter, so we can get an email list.
Yeah.
So at that point, where are we? We're moving this thing forward.
So do we look at trying to find a way to either through promotion or whatever of the actual, now that we have, once we get it to where it's the way it's supposed to be, we have the domain like populated now and all that stuff. So if we get it where it needs to be, then now we can share it and try to get the email list built up. I mean, could that be the I don't know, a target
launch next week? Yeah. Well, we launch next week, and then we put a KPI to it, right? We'll say
okay.
Like 100 signups or whatever it is, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're launching that landing page.
Right.
Like, it's a preview of what's to come, right? And so the Rafflecopter is going to be part of getting more people to sign in and get their friends to do it.
Right. Yeah, it would be like, would say, welcome to Jianchor. Like, this is not the actual copy, but I'm just giving the high level idea. Welcome to Jianchor. This is what we represent, XYZ. To launch, we're having a giveaway. Join us in this pre-launch program, blah, 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 blah. Here's how you enter, right? And that's pretty much it. We can sit down and write some really strong copy, right? And maybe that'll be part of what happens at the Mogul Summit Saturday, and maybe even next week, Monday. But yeah, the Jianchor.com should go directly to that contest.
Yeah. All right. What do you guys think at this point about us getting out there and doing some video? Like periscopes, things of that nature.
I think what cats need is an accountability video, right? So accountability videos are where you say, hey, here's something I want to change in my life. Like what's the name on Joe Rogan? Naval Ravikant on Joe Rogan.
All right.
He said, let's say you wanted to quit a habit like smoking cigarettes. He said, until you announce it to the family or until you announce it to friends and social media, you're not really serious about whatever it is that you want to do. But when you announce it and you make other people, his opinions hold you accountable, right? So, it could be like a weight loss journey or something like that, where you publish it to social media. It's got the Jianchor branding on there. And I think that would be a great piece of content. What do you think about that?
I agree. Everybody wants to see a journey, right?
Yeah.
And just like one of the topics we're running on, we're, for the 4 different perspectives, health check. Your finance health check, your work health check, mental health check, health check.
You know what was really addicting for people was those watches you put on and they count your steps, and then you share it to social media. I had 1,000 steps today, right?
Yeah, like a Fitbit.
Yeah, like the Fitbit model. What if you had something like that, but for wealth or health, right? And you chose the metric and say, yo, what did y'all do today? For example, if I did some broy shit, I would be like, yo, check in. How many push-ups y'all did today? And somebody be like, yo, I did 120. I did 130. And you hashtag it, hashtag Jianchor workout, whatever that is, or Jianchor fitness, right? And then that's the thing, like all 4 of you check in on, like, yo, I did my 5 push-ups. No, don't say nothing. Like yesterday I was at 4. I did 5 today, right? That accountability thing to help you check in. And then maybe like what Jay said, like that video content, like, yo, here I am. I just finished them. I'm exhausted. I just did 5 push-ups. You know what I mean?
I see.
Right.
I work. That would be a good idea. It kind of wouldn't be fair with me and Ant and Chad. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just throwing it out there. It's that idea. It could be done for Bitcoin. Like how much Bitcoin did you buy today? What if everybody, I just wanted to, pump people to push. And I bought 0.01 of Bitcoin a day and just bought, 0.12 Bitcoin a day, right?
All right, so we would be doing that through the Coinbits app, right?
Thank you. I love that.
Listen to this,
love that. Coinbitsapp.com.
I got you, man. Well, man, you already know.
That shit was so on point.
That's great.
Stocks went crazy too. Isn't it an all-time high right now?
It's pushing the all-time high.
It's coming. It keeps touching 20K.
Keeps bumping up to 20. Yeah. It's like 19.8 earlier today.
You think it's going to drop so people can buy in when it's on a low?
Well, the habit is to always buy. You buy daily. You good. I know somebody that wants to buy every hour and almost every minute. So yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about it today. Like, if you always buy at the all-time high and your thing goes in, every week or every month or even every hour, then that means it's still going up. So you should be okay. If you're all don't get frustrated.
Not buying the all-time high, you buying all the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're buying all the time and it just so happens that you keep buying, it's like, God, I want it to dip so I can buy more. And it's like, well, if you're buying on a routine basis, dollar cost averaging, you can. A lot of people think you only dollar cost average on the way down, but dollar cost averaging on the way up is not a bad thing either because
it's death by 1,000 cuts, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, but that just from the Bitcoin, someone like me who's interested but unsure, that might be a good thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
From all these different places.
Yeah. So great. I love this episode this week. William Sykes said, so I heard Pinterest is essential for bloggers, but Shines don't use that. Do you think it's important? William, goddamn, can we get to episode 4 before you give away all the secrets? Yes, Pinterest is the way. And that's something that we want to utilize in the promotion aspect and of this blog. When we talk about link backs and we talk about driving traffic, Pinterest is a sort of search engine of kind. So we're definitely going to be moving into the Pinterest realm, and what Jay was saying also as far as creating content for the Pinterest page. I would assume that we would spend more time pushing Pinterest than even Twitter, especially in the early stage. The Twitter, I think. Yeah, Twitter is for branding, right? You can push traffic if you got a lot of followers, but it's really for branding and building that reputation and building those bonds with people. You can't build a bond with somebody through Pinterest, but you can build a bond with somebody through Twitter. But Pinterest, you get traffic on Pinterest.
Yeah.
You get traffic. So that's where you're going to get your clicks from.
I just want to let you guys know that my full force of 200 plus followers I'm gonna put the full weight of all my followers behind this Jianchor project. I'm just letting you guys know. I mean, listen, don't get excited. Okay.
Was that you were saying about Manny Pacquiao earlier? Like, don't underestimate it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Halawe said malls love Pinterest. Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
What are you, some kind of Hotep Jesus? Yeah. So yeah, we'll use that. We'll be using that platform and figure out some sort of content strategy for that. But a great resource, great way to get all types of SEO benefits through the Pinterest platform. Thank you for William Sykes for spoiling episode 4.
We love this guy.
Straight over episode 3. Went right into episode.
Yo, shout out to this man. Could you do me a favor and ruin episode 10?
Josie's impatient.
Oh, God, man. Come on now. We've already demonstrated. We've already demonstrated we had trouble with episode 1.
So what are the KPIs again for next week? Just a
landing page.
Get the landing page set up right, and then so we can launch it.
Bingo. Get the giveaway landing page up and ready to go so we can launch it on episode 3. When we talk about numerology, it goes mother, father, child, 1, 2, 3. That's what those numbers represent, mother, father, child. So the child comes next week to launch on episode 3. See how magical and in sync that is? Fucking
just wonderful. Saw some sprinkle coming out of your fingers right there on the screen. Shit was like ding.
gotta salt bay that shit.
Yeah,
right. So we'll launch on episode 3. We'll work on some copy. See, the copy is born from the benefits and the fears, right? And the questions of the giveaway. So the copy, once you guys have some of those notes, and they don't have to be like long paragraphs, just like jotted bullet point ideas, maybe open up a Google Doc and share it amongst each other and just bullet point your ideas. And, maybe Excel is better, so you can put them in different categories. Like, here are some fears. Here are some things people might be worried about the contest. Here are some benefits for being in the contest. And some problems that Jianchor is going to solve within this whole life thing. And then Saturday we'll take all of that and I'll show you how to create copy. Because remember, we don't create copy from our mind. The copies already exist, but it exists within the problem. Like Ant's problem to call tech support, right? So I gotta tell this story. I had just got a job at the Cheesecake Factory. They launched near us, and this was like 20 years ago. And brother came in for a job. He didn't get the job when we all got the job. Man, that brother showed up 2 weeks later, and I think he camped out in the lobby for like it felt like a month. I'm gonna just say a month, because that's what it felt like. And every day he showed up. And sure enough, this brother got a job. You know what I mean? Old head.
Shout out to him for being committed to having a career with Cheesecake Factory. He must have loved some cheesecake, bro.
I mean, we was making good money. Like, Cheesecake Factory was like the place you wanted to be if you wanted to make some change. You know what I mean? And I mean, we were walking out of there. If you ran a double $400 cash on a Saturday, the girls might walk away with
mall category.
Yeah,
taken care of.
The girls might walk away with $500-600 on a Saturday double. Any given night.
She was hot, probably more than that.
Oh, I ain't even talking about the hot girls. The hot girls used to walk away with stupid paper. They wouldn't even tell you what they made.
Yeah, especially man. Because let's be for real. Don't you tip a little bit more for the hot girl? Just a little bit more. I think not only do men do, I think women do too. Women absolutely do too. Yeah, across the board. It's female privilege.
But anyway, so this old head, who, people was treating like a bum and doubted him, ended up getting a job with us. So I got to talking to him one day, and he told me this lesson I'll never forget. And he said, the solution to every problem lies within the problem, so therefore there is no problem. And the first time he said that
came
shit,
from?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So the first time I heard it, I'm like, man, he just talking that old head drunk shit.
Talk.
Yeah, how like just old heads talk sometimes.
Let me tell you something, nephew.
Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly how he sounded. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't think nothing of it. But it stuck in my head. And I'm just saying to myself, I'm looking at this nigga walking around a restaurant. The solutionary problem lies within the problems. Therefore, there's no. I'm like, man, that's some old fake Hotep shit. And the more I said it, the more that shit started to make sense. And I was like,
way pimpish, though.
It's very pimpish.
That was way pimpish of him, man.
It was very pimpish. And I'm like, the solution to every problem lies within the problem. So then I started thinking, I'm like, nigga, that's like the thesis for algebra and calculus. Like one side balances out the other side. And that's why you can find what X is, because the solution lies within the problem.
Yep.
Like, oh, this nigga on to some shit.
Did you ask him how much time he did?
Yo, brother, he did at least a dime. I think he did like a dime.
Yeah, he definitely, that's some jailhouse shit right there, man.
he did a dime.
You come up with that sitting around just trying to figure out every goddamn thing. You know what I mean? Nobody with like a job and a life ever come up with that. No, I have way too many things going on for me to even figure some shit like that out.
Yeah, you had to be like sitting down for a long time to come up with some genius shit like that. So I've been carrying that, and that's exactly what came to my mind when Ant hit me the second time on Saturday. I said the solution to every problem lies within the problem, so therefore there is no problem. He'll figure it out. And the solution wasn't the problem. What was the problem? The problem is you was trying to connect the host. The solution was, why ain't you just call the motherfucking host? Sometimes our problems that are so complex, if we just repeat that mantra, the solution to every problem lies within the problem, so therefore there is no problem. Yo, it simplifies things. It makes you take a step back, hop out the bubble, and you be like, first of all, it like alleviates, it just makes you go, there's no problems. Hakuna Matata. It means no worries, right? That mentally opens your mind and frees it up for cosmic consciousness or God or infinite intelligence to imbue you with the thoughts that you need to solve your problems. You see, when you have the fears and the doubt, the mind is clouded so that the infinite mind can't communicate. But once you clear your mind, which that mantra helps you do, clears your mind and says, it's all good. The solution is here already. There is no problem. That blows away the clouds and the fog in your mind and enters God. And he like, pat-ow, motherfucker. Here's what you wanted to know. Here's how you're going to do this. Call tech support. You see what I'm saying?
You just said God and motherfucker in the same sentence. You're going to get hit by a bolt of lightning right now.
I'm like a ghetto preacher. God gonna bless you niggas.
Like the cussing pastor?
Like the cussing pastor, yeah.
He said, you bitches need to stop coming to church with nothing on. All you hoes need to put something on.
Exactly.
Sound like that man at the restaurant.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh man, we're gonna talk about that Thursday. I can't wait. But anyway, but that's what we have to remember. Whenever we confront our problems, repeat what the old head taught us. A solutionary problem lies within the problem, so therefore is no problem. Allow that fear and that worry to leave our minds, and then greatness happens. And we'll be all right.
Don't you find you learn how to solve more too when you go, like when you do the route that Ant did, where he kind of just sat there with it for a few hours and kind of like tried to tinker and fought, and then when he finally revealed itself to him, he was like, all right, and I learned all this other stuff along the way to get in there. Yeah,
that's one way to do it. That's one way to do it. I prefer to go to sleep.
Just
I take my problems
subconscious
and to my subconscious.
Yeah.
Right. And for example, we're launching a new course with Thaddeus Russell on the history of hip hop, not from a liberal perspective. and I needed some copy. So I wrote some preliminary copy, and I texted him back the preliminary copy. And I said, I'll be back with the final version of this. Then I went to sleep. And then I woke up and I had the final version.
Bro, I'm disgusted you didn't tell me anything about that, being that I'm the foremost authority on everything. I'm disgusted right now.
This is the magic of life. You know, the magic of life. Who was it? One of these old scientists or philosophers said, if I were given a problem, I would spend 99% of the time thinking about the problem before I try to solve it. And that's kind of like what I would have done.
I was thinking for a long time.
That's like a Rocky montage. It was like a Rocky montage, wasn't it?
Well,
you had like the music playing and everything in your head.
I did not even want to reach out to him because I'm like,
the when I say thinking, the art of thinking is the art of not thinking. To think is to not to think. The art of no thought. The clearing of the mind. This is what Naval talks about on his episode last year, 2019, on Joe Rogan. This is just the shit I be fucking studying. To think, you have to not think. You say, okay, I have this problem. I need to solve it. I'm going to bury it in my mind. I'm going to bury it in my subconscious mind, and literally tell myself, yo, bitch, I need an answer for this. Can you please help me out? Actually, don't talk to your conscious like that. Be more conscious, subconscious mind.
Yeah, that's true.
But speak to the mind and say, hey, I need this. Can you please? I beg of you. And then leave. Leave that thought and like go do something else. And then come back to it after 15 minutes and see what you have. And clear your mind when you're trying to retrieve those thoughts. And in order to clear your mind and retrieve those thoughts, you're going to have... I'm gonna get too deep. Yeah, I'm gonna see y'all episode.
Yeah, crazy.
Finish the thought.
No, finish, bro. Because I was just thinking how my subconscious voice sounds like Bernie Mac, so I like talking to him. I said, motherfucker, what the fuck what do you want, goddammit?
Somebody said, meditate and pray on it. Yeah, pray on it too.
Well, that's what he says in that episode as well. He says meditating, you don't want peace. What is it? He says you don't want peace of mind, you want peace from your mind, because your mind is always racing. That was a good episode. I watched that episode a lot.
Yeah.
But I want to add that this is kind of where we're at here, because none of us know what it's going to look like yet, but we know it's going to happen. And we kind of feel like we know what it's going to feel like and the impact it's going to have. But because if someone said, well, now you're social media managers, now you're doing a big campaign, how are you going to do it? It's like, we're just going to do it. And it's going to, and the answer is, just as the team that we are, just figure it out. And then bring to it, the skills that we have in terms of, that to it. But because the best part of it is not worrying about it, is just welcoming it. Because we're going to be able to, because it's just the way you look at it. It's not going to be a problem. It's going to be like, yeah, that's going to be a lot to reach the goals that we want.
Yeah.
Well, we're just, we're going to get there.
Oh yeah. We're going to get there. We're going to get there easy too.
And right. And whether you call it problem or solution, it's going to reveal itself because we're already revealed now. We're here and we have the concept and we're working the steps. And then how quickly it's all come about to where we're on our second show. With this part. And now just the growing pains of, I would like a t-shirt that says Moz don't code.
Hey, Reed, I'm going to make that for you tonight. I got you. I got you.
Moz don't code. Don't core.
I got you.
Put my name on the back. It'll be like a Raiders jersey, right?
That's right. I got you. And we share the silver and black.
I know,
brother
of course,
and sisterhood.
I know.
So
I made a t-shirt for Jonesy because he's got one of my favorite. Let's see if I can memorize.
Moz don't code.
Moz don't code, and then Jonesy's best, one of his best replies were talking about what Little Pimp.
Little Pimp.
Also, Jonesy comes back with his dry sense of humor. He's like, pill popping, gum chewing,
Tattoo come true freaks.
Still living in their mother's basement. It's like, so I said that to this day, it's my favorite. I've got a little thing on my computer. And so you can go and design a t-shirt. I said, Jonesy, I'm getting that on a t-shirt, and you can do the t-shirt design. But yeah.
I got you.
Mods don't code.
I'm gonna write it down on my whiteboard.
I know. I'm gonna get some. I'm sure there's some great computer scientist mods out there. Because I didn't even. My thing was like, okay, I got the Google workspace done. I got this all done. And then when Ant's like, so Rita, what do you need to do? And then it's like, you need to set this up. You need to verify your code. I'm thinking, oh, I paid for it. So, and I got her name anyway. That's a mom moment. Big one.
It's a movement. MDC, Mods Don't Code.
When I saw it, I was like, uh-oh, you did .com.
MDC, Mods Don't Code.
Mods Don't Code.
Uh-oh, Sagey P said, Mods Who Code. Oh, shit.
We have a battle.
I told you.
We have a battle. But I like Mods Don't Code. That might be like a sitcom on NBC with Tina Fey.
Episode, what is this, 2? Episode 2 is in the books. I'm going to go ahead and talk to Jianchor offline now and wrap up a few things, and then I'm going to go fucking lay down and practice my chess some more. So we'll see y'all next week for episode 3 of the Jianchor project. Make sure y'all go to Jianchor.com and just watch over the week or so. Check back daily. Go to the website and see, did they do some work today? Is there anything different?
Yes, hold us accountable.
Yeah, and kind of watch the steps to make this thing. Valuable lessons were learned tonight. Holla at y'all later, man. Jianchor, hold on the line and give me 20 seconds of silence before. Holla at y'all later, man. Jianchor.